What's up, boys and girls of the Mirko? Welcome to another episode of MirNews. And this one, I think it's not really going to be like a super long one since it's news that you guys have heard. I'll give you my takes on it and that's it, right? So, without wasting any of your time, let's start with the first news of the week or of the episode. It's going to be the $3 million prize pool, $3 million US dollar prize pool for MSC. Bro, this is a 10 times fucking multiplier on the last one. Like, it's crazy how much of a bump that MSC has just gone this year in MLBB. And it just goes to show you the growth of MLBB. I mean, I was legit really surprised. I already knew about like the whole MSC being out of Southeast Asia. It's going to be held outside of Southeast Asia. It's going to be hosted in a country that's not in Southeast Asia. I knew all about that. I even knew the place, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Just had to keep it away from you guys before the actual like embargo, right? But I knew there was going to be a bump. So didn't expect this kind of bump. $3 million US dollars. I thought maybe we'd get to 500K in the first MSC from, Saudi Arabia, maybe a mil. To go from 300K USD to 3 million, now we can finally understand why teams are going all out this season, right? Because if you guys take a look at the roster reveals, take a look at the transfers that has been going on in the last few months, it just doesn't really make sense for an odd numbered season. Usually, from most of the orgs, right? Whether it be Filipino, Indonesian orgs, they won't really be spending this much money. They won't be investing this much money for odd seasons. Because odd seasons lead up to MSC. Most teams will just go all out during the even seasons when it leads up to the M Series, the World Championships, right? So the fact that now we're getting already so many imports, this is something that we have never seen before. The level of like imports in an odd numbered season. If you remember, it's always the even numbered, right? Season 10 was when it started all. When it started, like the whole import thing started for Indo. When they went for all the Onyx PH members, Beloyski, Marky, Dilar, and Kyrie all joined MPL Indo Season 10. And then Season 11, we saw a little bit of like a holdback, right? And then Season 12, we did see a few more changes here and there, bigger changes. And then now we're getting the biggest change that we've seen for MPL history, for Season 13. That's why it didn't make sense before we got this information. Now, $3 million US dollars, you're seeing people who have retired, veterans. I saw the reaction of Venus as well to the $3 million US dollar prize pool. And even she was like, bro, when was this when I was playing? And understandable, right? Unfortunately, maybe Venus can come back later, maybe, I don't know, maybe because of the 3 million prize pool, but you can even see the people who've like almost given up on the game, people like Mobazane, who've basically been dealt a very bad hand this preseason. He started to get that motivation back. He saw the money, and now everybody is going to be extra motivated, and this is going to be really, really scary, but it's also going to be really, really hype. The fact that everyone is now going to go to the craziest of lengths to try to achieve MSC. And it also makes MSC a bit more special, right? Because a lot of players, a lot of fans, a lot of people in general, they don't view MSC as like a major... Well, maybe they do see MSC as a major tournament, but they never actually truly give MSC winners props, because it's like, bro, Southeast Asian champion, whatever, dude, right? And then last time it was a bit more international, MSC 2023, but it's still MSC, 300,000 USD prize pool. It's a smaller event compared to M Series. Now, I don't even know if M Series will... We don't know the prize pool of M Series. They haven't revealed it, right? I don't even know if M Series is going to match the $3 million US dollar prize pool, which is crazy. It should be matched, right? Because a world championship tournament, a world tournament should be higher, but technically MSC now is a world tournament too. So that's where it gets kind of like confusing. But either way, it makes MSC so much more anticipated. Everybody's waiting for it now. Everybody just wants to see more tournaments with these grand prize pools, and I think we gotta give a little bit of props to Games of the Future. I think Games of the Future being a third-party tournament, having a $1 million prize pool really woke like Moonton up. They were like, yo, we can get big prize pools, bigger than you. So Moonton was like, all right, we gotta change some things. And I'm really glad that finally we have such a massive prize pool. The players will be even healthier now. The ecosystem's going to be a bit better with all the orgs getting this much more money, right? And I really just can't wait for it. I think we've gone on in circles enough about MSC having a $3 million US prize pool. Let's move on to the next one, which is also another record breaker, because we've never seen in MLBB a ladies tournament have a 500,000 US dollar prize pool. I think the past MWIs have been, what, 100K, 200K? I believe it's like 150K was the highest, right? So the fact that we've gone from 150K to now 500,000 US dollars, and the fact that MWI this year, that's going to be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, they're also going to be inviting a lot more newer regions. They're not scared about inviting lesser regions. I mean, yeah, lesser regions because, you know, we haven't seen the ladies play in those regions, which is great because for the most part, when MWI is hosted in, well, the previous MWIs, right? The logic behind inviting these countries, inviting these teams is how competitive will the team be? In the end, a tournament is also a business, right? They want to get views, they want to get engagement, and if the teams are bad, let's say they invite a team from North America, a ladies team from North America, it's too risky. We haven't never seen a North American ladies scene before this MWI, right? And that's why in previous MWIs, you never see this because they're concerned of like, yo, we're already putting in so much money for this tournament. We're already giving out so much, like, well, so much shit, technically. We're spending so much. We need the viewership. We need the engagement coming in from these regions. And if this region goes out in 10 minutes against the top dogs, why the fuck are we paying for their flights? Why the fuck are we, like, even giving them a chance? You know what I mean? But now, maybe because it's in Saudi Arabia, they have a little bit more money to spend. They don't care as much of, like, the engagement and stuff. Maybe they're focusing on building it instead of focusing on the money first, which is, again, a W thing. I mean, for any investment, you got to burn money in the start, right? You got to build that foundation by giving opportunities to all these newer regions. And I think it's amazing that we're finally seeing more regions for MWI. Because for the most part, it's just mainly Southeast Asia, and it's always just been Bigatron era. I'm a Bigatron fan myself, but we have to be honest here. If the ladies scene wants to continue, if we actually want to see the ladies scene develop, someone's got to take Bigatron era down. So we got to see new regions step up. And North America and then, you know, all the other new regions for MWI, I don't know how they're going to do in their first ever international women's event. Probably not that good. But the fact that now they have a platform, they finally have a reason to start playing the game competitively and start tryharding. It's a good enough reason for these regions to start developing, you know? Which is great. And plus 500,000 USD prize pool. Even if you're just in there for the lulz, if you qualify, you already get money. So there's already a fucking great there's already so much interest, okay, that you guys can get just from joining, right? So much money. But yeah, that's for MSC and MWI. Can't wait. Hopefully I get to cast both MSC and MWI in Riyadh. I've never been to Saudi Arabia. Heard the food's great there. I love Middle Eastern food. The food that I've tasted like in Indo, I'm probably not as good as real Middle Eastern food. It's like Middle Eastern restaurants in Indo. Can't wait to taste Middle Eastern food if I get the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia for MSC. Hopefully MWI too, you know, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what they're planning to do because in 2 years before, they actually, when they held MWI, they only wanted female casters, right? Because they to keep the theme of MWI. So I don't know if they're still going to be doing that this year or if it's just going to be like normal. We'll see. But next on the news, we have quite a big one here for the NA scene, especially for everybody who's been waiting for it. I already teased this a bit on my channel, but here, I have my sources, right? And these are what my sources tell me. I won't reveal my sources, obviously, but the team that was supposed to get sponsored, right? There's a sponsor for a team called Avalon. You guys should know Avalon, the team that beat BTK in the last NACT. That was a sponsored team by a dude with tons of money. So the plan was, after M5, he wanted to just build a super team, right? Getting all these big names, making them, like, putting them into a team, paying them, and then creating, the best team that maybe that North America has ever seen before. The whole plan was that they promised like a pretty big sum of money. I won't tell you. I know myself the nominal, but it's quite big. It's maybe for us it's quite big for people in South Asia, but for them it's like, all right, we could finally go full time. For North Americans, they can go full time, just grind it out. They don't need to focus on streaming. They don't need to focus on content creation as much to pay the bills. They can actually just fully focus on gaming, which is, again, insane. That's why I was pretty hyped about the super team. The only thing I didn't like about the super team was the fact that Zayn wasn't going to be included. Apparently the owner likes best player one a bit more. No hate to best player, by the way. It's just my personal preference, Moba Zayn. But yeah, that was the only thing that I was like, shit, that's super sad. Had conversations with Zayn as well. I was like, in M5, talking about, are you going to be joining the super team, etc. Yeah. Basically, didn't go through, and the super team looked like this. It was Fight Chicken, I believe, best player Hoon Shark, and then Basic. That was the Avalon team that was supposed to be formed. But apparently, since M5, the Mr. Rich Man, investor man, the sponsor, ghosted all of them. So that team that was being formed now is kind of in shambles, right? They don't know what to do. They don't know if they want to stick together still, because the only reason they were really sticking together, maybe apart from the guys who are actually already a part of the same team, Hoon, best player, and Shark, they don't really want to play with each other, right? They don't really like each other that much. The only reason they played was because, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting money. Fuck the egos. Fuck the friendships. Fuck the personal relationships. It's money. Now no money. We've been saying for a long time, everybody's been talking about it, right? Like Zayn not being part of the super team, Zayn being completely ignored by every team. Now there's a chance. There's no more money involved. Now they might go back to Zayn. And Zayn, I saw the comments that he made on stream about the 3 mil prize pool, right? I believe in you, bro, all right? Form that super team. Form BTK. Better fucking name it BTK, bro. Keep the name. We gotta keep that legendary name, guys, right? And I'm a BTK fanboy myself, you know, if you don't know already. So yeah, I'm all for it. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think this is I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm so excited I can't even form a sentence here. I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that maybe the new BTK what the new BTK can look like. Because again, the point almost stays the same though for NA. It's like they gotta set aside their egos if they really want to become international champions, right? Outside of just NACT, they need to form a super team. If Zayn gets chicken, say they get Basic too, they still need a good mid laner and a good roamer. You know what I mean? And at this point, I don't really know if they have enough like good players there to form a team, to form multiple international level teams. You know what I mean? I don't know if Bodge's situation has already been is done or not, like his visa situation, or I don't know what problem, but he wasn't able to fly, right? That's why he didn't play in the last NECT. But if Bodge comes back in and then he plays with Zayn and then Chicken and then they form like a super team, I don't know. Maybe it can work. Maybe. I have no idea. But all the best for NA. Basically, that's it. If you guys are curious about the whole like super team, why is it disbanding, etc., the sponsor just fucking bounced. He just ghosted everybody apparently. But yeah, next on the list, we will be talking about the return of a legend, boys and girls. Maybe for the international viewers, you might not know who this guy is, but even if you're like, if you've been following MLBB for a while, since its beginning especially, I don't care where you're from, you should know the name Jessnolimit. This guy is basically, I mean, dude, he's the guy who made MLBB popular in Indo. There's no way around it. There's no way to like sugarcoat it. This guy is the legend, okay? He is the man who made MLBB what it is today in Indonesia. He was the start of it all, at least, right? And to see him finally back since he's gone married, since he had a child, he hasn't been in the MLBB scene. He hasn't even posted an MLBB video in what, 6 months, maybe even a year. And it's really sad to see him go like that. But hey, he has a family. It's completely understandable. And now he just released this video recently on Instagram and on YouTube. And it was him wearing the Evo's jersey. I've seen a lot of comments saying like, oh, is he going to be playing? I don't think he's going to be playing. I think if he plays, it'll be really weird, firstly, because he hasn't been playing. Maybe he hasn't been playing the game for months now, right? Maybe even a whole year. So it would be really strange if he becomes a player. But as an investor, it's so possible. My thought instantly was he's going to be an investor. I didn't even think about him playing because it just wasn't realistic. But hey, if he proves everybody wrong and he actually is a player, then holy fucking shit. Hey, I don't know. He has some God-given talent or some shit if he's able to compete against players who are active after going on a 6-month and not playing since season 3, I believe, season 2. I forgot when his last season of playing was. I think it was season 3, MPLID. But yeah, I think he's coming in as an investor. That should be the realist prediction. That should be the most realistic prediction. And he has a shit ton of money. And from all the rumors that I've heard, Evos are struggling a bit financially. So if they get a new investor like Jessnolimit here with Mr. Money, basically his Money No Limit. That's kind of like the nickname that people are giving him now. But yeah, with him, he could be the Dogi, technically, of Indo. You know what I mean? In that way, where he can find talent as well. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. I'm just fucking brainstorming. But it would be really, really cool, right? A legend, content creation coming back. I just can't wait to see what Evos has in store for us. I'm just really excited for this season, man. Everything's just fucking shaping up to be. It's just shaping up to be a great season. Maybe we might even see the best season of MPL across all regions in an odd season, an odd numbered season. That's ridiculous. Every single great season has been the even numbered season, but now the odd seasons, bro, they're getting even more special, right? And then this goes into the last topic. So I don't know exactly the full translation, right? But basically in Bonchan's video, he was talking to Hadji about a team contacting Hadji, telling him, we're going to get you. You can choose whoever you want in the team. You can choose whatever you want. It's basically your team, all right? You can form a team around you. We will form a team around you. And Hadji declined. Don't know which team it is that actually offered that to him. But the fact that Hadji declined is just insane, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, insane in a good way, technically. Because it shows you. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, right? Because the money they offered is probably amazing, so financially it would be good. But I don't know if it's just the mentality that he has or his own principle that he wants to play in his own country, or he still believes his team right now, Blacklist International, or he still wants to prove something in the Philippines. I don't know what it is, but to see players like this playing for a long time and still not going for these big offers. I mean, come on, this is an offer of a lifetime. You can form the team is going to be formed around you. You're probably going to get the big bucks as well. It's almost like a dream, right? And maybe if any other player got that offer, they'd be like, yeah, no, there's no way. I think 99% of players would say, fuck, of course, right? Who would say no? And Hadji said no. A lot of respect to the guy. He is one of my favorites. I have so many favorites. But yeah, he's one of my favorites. W Hadji or L Hadji, depending on how you look at it financially. Like, technically, he could be more well off, right? But he's a champion. He's a world champion anyway, so just doesn't need the money, right? He's good. He's good. He's rich enough. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Let me know, because I want to know your thoughts exactly about all the drama going on, the $3 million prize pool, everything. Because it's getting hot, bro. I love this. I can't wait for what's to come next. Peace out. And I'll see you guys in tonight's stream. Yes, we will be streaming tonight. Peace out.